Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT The Game, Season 1, Episode 41. It's NXT TakeOver Toronto now. As you're going to see, the ratings are going to be considerably lower, I believe, than what we've been accustomed to seeing and working up the last few shows. But we're in Toronto. We're going to roll with the popularity being much, much lower because this is NXT TakeOver Toronto, for God's sakes. It's being held in front of 6,667 people in Toronto, Ontario, Canada at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. So let's not waste any more time. We have 3 pre-show matches, 8 regular matches, and this is probably going to be a 20-plus minute video because it is the longest thing I booked in my entire life, but let's see what happens. We're going to start it off with Roddy Strong defeating Elias Samson in 8 minutes with a double knee gutbuster, a 50 D+ rating for Mr. Strong, and Elias Samson 54 for Roddy, 36 for Elias. No work or improvements. We're going to blaze through these pre-show matches. We see Andrade Cien in the back on his phone. 74 B-. No skill improvements for Mr. Almas. The next pre-show match. Terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. They didn't care. The iconic trio of Billie Kay and Madison Eagles defeated Candice LeRae and Ember Moon in 8:29 when Billie Kay hit Moon with the Schoolgirl Crush. 42D. Ember Moon has a gimmick that's getting stale. Carino and Phillips good chemistry, and it lifted the match with the announcing quality of 39 and 37 for LeRae and Moon, 34 and 41 for Eagles. Billie Kay is improving flying skills. That's wonderful. We find Roddy Strong in the backstage area taking off his boots after a very successful victory against the Drifter, Elias Samson. No Way Jose walks up. No way Jose tells Roddy that they've teamed together before, and he wanted to know if he'd be willing, Roddy that is, to team up with him again for the upcoming Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Roddy Strong shakes his hand and says absolutely. So No Way Jose and Roddy Strong are the first tag team entered into the NXT Dusty Rhodes 2018 Memorial Tag Team Classic. I did this just so you guys knew it was coming up, and it's coming up in January, so that should be fun. I believe we're going 16 men, one night, 4 hours. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. In a pre-show match that had subpar wrestling and little heat, Eric Young, the leader of Sanity, defeats Ty Dillinger in 10 minutes with a spiked pile driver, a 60 for Eric Young, a 32 for Ty. Jesus, Ty Dillinger, that is awful. I know we're in Canada, but come on, man. Try to carry Eric to a better match in his home country. Eric Young for the 7th match in row is improving in performance skills, 52 D+. Now let's get straight into the main card. That is NXT TakeOver Toronto. Tom Phillips, Nigel McGuinness, and Steve Carino welcome us to TakeOver Toronto. Phillips says that tonight in Toronto we are going to have one hell of a show. The cameraman stands with them for a while as we fade to ringside. They comment specifically on the huge co-main events when Canada's own glorious Bobby Roode takes on the NXT Money in the Bank briefcase holder, Mr. NXT, and Andrade Cien gets his chance at the championship as he takes on Drew McIntyre. 53 C-. I guess this is what goes for a hot start here in Canada. No work improvements. Alrighty. We got a hype video featuring Aleister Black and Christopher Daniels. The two meet up and open NXT TakeOver Toronto next. Remember, Aleister Black came back from injury. Christopher Daniels, folks, interrupt that. So he's with his Fallen Angel gimmick. A 68 C+. This angle got the crowd hotter. Black was awful. No work improvements. Star Factory has advanced. And about that, had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Christopher Daniels defeats Aleister Black in 11:10 by pinfall with Angel's Wings to a 66 C+ rating. Not bad for the first match. Aleister Black with a 39 in-ring performance. Jesus, Aleister. First Dillinger, now you. What is going on with these guys here? Daniels with a 70, though. Very solid. He's improving in performance. Black, he's improving in performance as well. So 66 C+, not bad to start us off in Toronto, given that our popularity is way, way, way below what it is in the States. But a 39 from Black, wow. That's, I mean, if he would have put it up like a solid 50 or 55, 60, we would have had like a 75, 76 rating here. That's unfortunate. The Star Factory storyline has advanced but lost heat. Next, we see William Regal sitting down and getting ready to watch Tino Sabbatelli versus Tyler Bate for the NXT UK Championship with William Regal. We get a video package of Tino Sabbatelli and Tyler Bate. It reminds us that Triple H has wanted Tino to be featured more given his NFL pass, and William Regal just not thinking it's ready, developmental league or not. It then shows Regal giving Tino a chance, who then walks out on a match with Tyler Bate, citing he wasn't ready. It then shows Triple H arriving to NXT with Tino and telling Regal he has booked Tino to take on Tyler at NXT TakeOver Toronto for the UK Championship, and here we are. So the storyline has advanced and gained heat. There's no work or improvements at a 73 B-. Obviously, Triple H and William Regal were attached to this promo to get this match hyped up because, good lord, it's going to get a low rating. Neither one of them are over, I believe, 30 in popularity. Excuse me. Let's just get into it. 46-D, not bad, I guess, for these two. And about that at Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Tyler Bate defeats Tino Sabatelli in 2:33 with a Tyler Driver 97 and makes his defense number 2 of his NXT UK Championship title. Bate with a 46, Tino with a 36. Tyler Bate has pretty good in-ring skill, so I was hoping at least he could have carried the match a little bit better in terms of in-ring. No skill improvements. 74 B- for the angle after the match, which sees Triple H get up and fix his suit, walk out after watching Tyler Bate dismantle Tino Sabatelli in quick work. Now, Triple H is a little upset because Tino was his golden goose in NXT as of right now. You know, he knew he needed a seasoning, but you can't really put highlights on ESPN of a guy getting killed in 2 minutes. Well, I mean, you can, but we're not going to. William Regal does the same now, though. He sends his hand and says to Triple H that he told him Tino just wasn't quite ready. Not in a dickish way, guys. In a very, very face way. Triple H looks at William Regal and tells him to calm down. And while Tino lost today, it doesn't mean he isn't ready. Any given Sunday mentality. Football reference, guys. Triple H leaves, and the smile fades from William Regal's face, knowing he just upset with Triple H. So William Regal was absolutely fantastic without working with a script. He had the crowd in the palm of his hands. 74 B- for two WWE NXT wrestling veterans of Triple H and William Regal. I don't think we're having any skill improvements here. Nope. All right. Next segment, we see Kathy Kelly backstage with Andrade Cien Almas. Now, I've gotten better at having Kathy Kelly interview people with her sex appeal, which is like an 80, I think 75, 80. And it really boosts up a lot of the segments. And Almas, I didn't realize he was a 90 in selling, so very happy with this 82B rating here. Pretty interesting. Kathy asks Almas that tonight he gets his opportunity against the very game NXT champion Drew McIntyre. She asks him what exactly he thinks he can do to become the NXT champion. Before Almas starts speaking to Kathy, he starts speaking in Spanish on his cell phone. He hangs up, but then gets into English. So a lot of cell phonery going on. Almas said he's not sure if she's heard, but the party animal Andrade Cien Almas is the best wrestler in the world today. He said that he's won countless big-time matches here in NXT. Hell, on short notice, he's defeated the hottest free agent, quote-unquote, in NXT history, Adam Cole, at TakeOver in Your House last month. He says that tonight, Andrade Cien Almas is going to let everyone know just why he keeps it 100. So, Andrade Cien Almas has advanced his storyline and it has gained heat. No skill improvements. 82B, by far our best segment so far on the show. And this is great because for those of you keeping up with my series, he's really been advancing this storyline with Drew McIntyre, and it's a heel-heel matchup, so we need all the sort of heat we can go into it, because we're going to go with the heel versus heel, but main event heel versus heel, it's a very dangerous proposition, but Almas defeated Cole. We're in the #1 contendership, so this is what we're going to do. Alright, next, and about that at Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, the Authors of Pain defeat Blake and Murphy, Sanity, and Crow's Nest in 10-13 when Razor defeats Masada by pinfall with a Super Collider. They make defense number 12 of their tag team championships. The Authors with about 50 in-ring performances, Blake and Murphy with about 30, 37 and 43 for Dane and Wolf, Masada and Dallas with 35 and 44. It's lost heat, but that's okay, we've ended it, and they are completely unopposed. Masada, who is improving in technical skills. 40 D- is an absolutely brutal match here. I guess the elimination isn't what they wanted. We got a couple teams here, aside from the Office of the Pain and Blake and Murphy, who are really low. We're trying to build them up here, but, I guess I could probably build up Masada separately and get him up to a little more respectable level using him in brawling matches, but Wolf and Dane aren't really rated super highly, and Donst is good in ring, but it's like a 6 overness or 7 overness, but we're going to keep going with him because, actually, he's probably like a 20 now, but he started very low. Anyways, after the match, Paul Ellering hands his Authors of Pain their NXT Tag Team Championship as he raises both of their arms and screams unopposed. Not really sure what else to say, guys. Authors of Pain are the most dominant force in my NXT save history. Can they be stopped? Eventually, guys, they'll be stopped, but that's not going to come anytime soon. They're being built into absolute monsters. 60C for the Authors and Paul Ellering after the match. Next, we get a hype video from Adam Cole, baby, and Crow, starting with Crow, who's been attacking Adam Cole for reasons still unknown to us. Though, per these actions, Commissioner Regal has banned the rest of the Crow's Nest from ringside tonight. Adam Cole versus Crow is coming up next. I think Bridges will still be accompanying Crow to ringside in a managerial role. The storyline has advanced and gained heat. 72 B-, so Adam Cole, baby, versus Solomon, Don't Call Me Crow. I really need help, guys. If you guys can give me some feedback, give me some suggestions on what to do with Adam Cole. He's playing face in my save. I realize he's not typically a face. That's what he's doing right now, though, so You know, we have to figure it out as we go. 49D plus. All right, that is quite low. And about that, at Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Adam Cole defeats Crow in 1407 with a very high flying crossbody. Carino and Tom Phillips have great chemistry. It lifted the quality of the match. 39 and 42 for Cole and Crow. I mean, it was placed 4th or 5th on the card, so it wasn't expecting, you know, huge ratings out of it. But a 49D plus for Adam Cole and Solomon Crow, Jesus, it's very low. Couple of them with Ty Dillinger and, you know, who was the other guy? Ty Dillinger and Aleister Black, and I don't really know what's going on. I'm having a lot of off performances tonight, I guess. So 49D plus, no skill improvements to show. Next, we see NXT champion Peyton Royce with Billie Kay and Madison Eagles, aka the Iconic Trio, walking to the ring. The split screen shows Ruby Riott, the woman who will be getting her chance to take on Peyton Royce right now, walking to the ring with Candice LeRae and Ember Moon, who vowed to have her back tonight, walking with her. The NXT Women's Championship is being defended next. Ember Moon needs to change her gimmick. No skill improvements. The camera shows Drew McIntyre in the back with Kathy Kelly. Kathy Kelly asked Drew if he's ready to defend his NXT Championship tonight against the man who's making for quite a tough challenger in Andrade Cien Almas. Drew says he's ready. Drew says he's told the world he's going to win the title and went out of his way and beat Hideo Itami for the championship. Rude was the champ at the time, so the Triple Threat guys. He then defeated Bobby Roode at NXT TakeOver In Your House to retain. Tonight will be no different, says Drew McIntyre. Tonight, Drew McIntyre is going to show the entire world what Drew McIntyre is made of again. And after tonight, there'll be again, no doubt, who the #1 guy in NXT is. And his name will be the same as it's always been, Drew McIntyre. So again, it's advanced the segment at 81B, absolutely fantastic, with Kathy Kelly and Drew McIntyre. No worker improvements, a heel versus heel main event between Andrade Cien Almas and our most overworker, Drew McIntyre. All right, and about that, had good wrestling but non-existent crowd heat. Peyton Royce defeats Ruby Riott in 7:13 with a Hurricanrana following interference from Billie Kay and the Madison Eagles of the Iconic Trio. Candice LeRae and Ember Moon were unable to stop them, and she makes defense number 6 of her NXT Championship, absolutely make it a mockery for the 5th out of 6 times. With outside interference, Peyton Royce has defended successfully her NXT Women's Championship, a 73 for Royce, 64 for Riott. It gave the crowd a breather. That was great. Peyton Royce is getting better. Lack of psychology, that's bad, but a 68C plus, that's really good. This was an eye candy match just to kind of break it up a little bit. But no, it did absolutely his job. Peyton Royce defends her championship, and the reign of the Iconic Trio continues. The Iconic Trio all celebrate the cheating victory as the fans lay into them heavily with boos. Peyton Royce again defending her NXT Women's Champion, this time due to outside interference. Ruby Riott was so close, a distraction of the referee from Billy Madison with the cheap shots, and 1, 2, 3. William Regal had came onto the stage as the trio was walking up, just shaking his heads, looking very, very upset, but also looking like he has something up his sleeve, hopefully, because the Iconic Trio is absolutely out of control. A 69C plus, very good segment. All right, next, the hype package for DIY versus the Young Bucks. Nick Jackson's getting better. The fan favorite storyline has advanced. No worker improvements. DIY, Young Bucks. Remember, the Young Bucks cost DIY their chance at a one-on-one match with Authors of Pain at NXT TakeOver. What was it? I forget the name of it. The TakeOver previous. In Your House. I'm very excited for this matchup. They're all flashy. They all can go. They all can sell. I put a steal to show. Match aim. I was parched, excuse me. So we're going to go with it. 71C plus. Here we go. Wow. And about that, a decent wrestling but little heat. The Young Bucks defeated DIY in 13:23 when Nick Jackson defeated Tommaso Ciampa by pinfall after, foreign object. We'll just call it, I don't know. What do you want to call it, guys? We'll call it a chair. Or a foreign object. Let's call it brass knuckles. I don't care. I don't remember saying that note. I did say tainted, but I didn't mean for a weapon. Either way, it doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter. A 48D plus. Great chemistry. Lifted the match. Boost. Buzzing. 48, 46, 49, 46. It lost heat. So maybe this wasn't as mad as I thought. Maybe the 48D plus was just based on the workers' overness as it relates to Canada. We have another TakeOver special in 5 weeks because after that, and as you know, I don't run them for 8 weeks. We have one in 5 weeks because I want to give the last one, I think, 9 or 10 weeks to build up, which is our WrestleMania, a.k.a. NXT Legacy. So we're going to be going to another match with these two, I think, after the foreign object finish, worker improvements, the Young Bucks performance and technical skills. So That's all right. 48D plus, I was hoping more. It's about in line with their in-ring performance, actually. But maybe if we do the next takeovers in the States, we'll get a little bit better of match rating. 48D plus for this match. Wow, and this was third from the top. My main events have better show up, or this is going to be a very piss-poor rating. All right, next we see Hideo Itami in the trainer's room. He has a shattered knee, and he's out for quite a while. As at the NXT TakeOver Toronto, he's getting work done. Up walks Cassius Ohno, who extends and shakes his hand. Ohno with a huge cast on his arm, soft cast, so he could still work, but he's not working right now. Ohno starts telling Itami he felt bad about his own injury history, that is until he saw Hideo Itami's awful luck. He says they must be the two most injury-ridden wrestlers in NXT today. Their luck is awful. Hideo agrees. Cassius Ohno appears to be down a little bit, but Itami puts his hand on his leg. Hideo simply tells Cassius, patience and hard work overcome all. This was, just to recap everyone, the big injury for Itami and Cassius Ohno, and I wanted to get them on the card. Hideo, he was hurt for about 2 months in the beginning of my save, and his big push got a big injury, so he's out again. It's unfortunate. Cassius Ohno, I don't have a lot of plans for right now, so I may be keeping him out for a little bit as well. I just got so many work, and I don't have a big roster right now, but I may be keeping Cassius Ohno out until I can find something to do with him. I can't find anything with him to do with him or Dillinger right now, so I'm not going to push him. But a 66C plus for Itami and Cassius Ohno. Not bad here as we move on. Next, an 83B plus in Canada, our most over Canadian worker. I think Bobby Roode's like a 55, but like a 70 in Canada, so he gets a glorious entrance here today. There's confetti and there's Canadian money, and it's great. 83B plus. He will be facing Mr. NXT, the NXT number one, the NXT Money in the Bank briefcase recipient. He climbed that ladder and won that briefcase. And remember, Bobby Roode and him both made claim to be the number one contender for Drew McIntyre's championship. Bobby Roode lost to McIntyre, but has a fighting case given that McIntyre pinned him with his foot under the rope. NXT with the briefcase, almost beat Cole. So almost got the shot, but that's how this match came apart. The two men that were left out of the championship match, I didn't want to do a fatal four-way, so they're facing off here. Mr. NXT and Bobby Roode. Let's see what we get here. 65, not bad. And a decent match. Bobby Roode defeated Mr. NXT in 1834 when the referee had to stop the match because Mr. NXT was injured and could not continue. This match got the crowd buzzing. A 76 for Mr. Roode. Jesus, a 54 from Mr. NXT. The not contender storyline has advanced. No worker improvements, but Bobby Roode with the victory because Mr. NXT was injured during the match and could not continue. So that's unfortunate. The referees, having thrown up the X, are in the ring checking on Mr. NXT as Bobby Roode is just standing in the corner watching. He did not want to win like this. Bobby Roode and Mr. NXT just had one hell of a match that looks to have ended with an injury to Mr. NXT. Bobby Roode's gimmick's getting stale. Fantastic. An 85C plus, our best backstage segment of the night. Worker improvements, none. So, kayfabe injury finish for Mr. NXT. This doesn't get him beat. Bobby Roode still gets to go over here. 85C plus. I don't do these very often, so mark it down. You probably won't be seeing this very often from me. Unless I do it again on the very next show. Because I'm thinking about it with another angle. But anyways, all kidding aside, Bobby Roode with the victory over Mr. NXT tonight here on NXT TakeOver Toronto. Next, we see the Iconic Trio leaving again the office of William Regal with the door just to crack up. The fans can see a very, very angry William Regal as the Iconic Trio just cost NXT Universe a fair shake again. And remember, William Regal did not have a great night at the start of the show with Triple H. So, the trio holds hands with Peyton Royce in the middle, all three arrogantly walking away with the NXT Women's Championship around their waist. The fans are really booing heavily as the camera stays with them as they turn the corner, but stop dead in their tracks. The camera speeds up to catch them and pulls back. So, 68C plus backstage. Let's see what happens next. Hug Life. That's right. So, Bayley has returned to NXT with a fan-favorite gimmick of very good. Sasha Banks has returned to NXT with also a fan-favorite gimmick of average, a 62C backstage with Bayley and Sasha Banks. Hug Life has returned. The fans go crazy now. You know, Bayley says Sasha Banks as the crowd continues to chant and cheer for the unexpected returning duo of Hug Life. When we were here on NXT, Sasha says, we respected the brand. The four horsewomen respected the brand. We respected the Square Circle. Hell, Bayley, we tore the house down at the first ever NXT Brooklyn TakeOver special. The fans cheer. And these little, says Sasha, earmuffs, Bayley. She jokingly covers her ears. These little bitches, says Sasha, are disrespecting the house that the boss built. A holy shit chant breaks out, and Bayley starts to talk now. Bayley licks her lips and tells Peyton that the NXT Women's Championship looks good, but a little bit out of place. Then Bayley looks to Sasha and says that they may need to go talk to their good friend William Regal and just ask how they might be able to go about getting a title shot at that championship. Hug life. Bayley and Sasha smile and walk towards the iconic trio, who move out of the way, shocked, stunned, as we see Bayley and Sasha heading down the hallway, but quickly shift back to the iconic trio as they are stunned by the returning Hug Life. So Bayley and Sasha Banks have returned to NXT, or have they? Are they just visiting? No, they've returned. But there are going to be some new challengers for Peyton Royce, Madison Eagles, and Billy Kay, the iconic trio, who have, Madison Eagles recently, but really the iconic duo have been just loitering over the NXT women's division. So 66C plus, I would have preferred better ratings, but again, I think it's because we're in Canada. These women are both at 50, 55. They're two of my most over workers now, but anyways, the new normal storyline has advanced, and Hug Life has just returned to take on the iconic trio. Spoiler alert. All right, here we go. Next, a big fight feel. Hype package for the NXT champion Drew McIntyre taking on Andrade Cien Almas coming up. Here we go. Main event time. A little nervous, heel versus heel. Let's see what happens. In a decent match, Andrade Cien Almas defeats Drew McIntyre in 16:41 by pinfall with a split-legged corkscrew senton following interference from Messias Almas. Andrade Cien Almas with the NXT Championship title. He wins it. He keeps it 100. Andrade Cien Almas gets the victory here tonight at NXT TakeOver Toronto over our most over worker, Drew McIntyre, thanks to the help of Messias Almas, who debuts his monster gimmick to an above-average rating. McIntyre carried the match with a 67, Almas with a 44. McIntyre was pretty over in Canada. Almas was decently over in the United States, really over in Mexico, but very not over in Canada. So a 59C, I'm very satisfied with this main event, considering it was heel versus heel. And Andrade Cien Almas, I'm guessing we know who he has been talking to, his brother, Messias Almas, who debuted in the match following interference and helped Andrade secure the NXT Championship. Andrade Cien Almas is improving his performance skills, and I purposely do not have an ending segment because I want you guys to have to wait until NXT TV to see what he looks like. You guys all know who he is, but he is the older brother of Andrade Cien Almas. And this was NXT The Game, NXT The Game Season 1, Episode 41, NXT TakeOver Toronto. So hopefully we got a 70. I highly doubt it, but let's see. 69. All right, well, it increased our popularity in 16 regions. We went in Toronto, even though I didn't think it was going to be a great idea, but I wanted to do the Toronto pay-per-view because I thought, why not? A 69, this probably would have got us a mid-70s in the United States and probably would have bumped up a lot of our other workers' overall ratings. But a 69C plus, can't complain too bad. Let's do speeches. Let's do speeches for Andrade Cien Almas, Christopher Daniels, and Aleister Black for putting on the best show of the night. We'll just do encouragement. All right. Please, please, please. Guys, this was NXT The Game Season 1, Episode 41, NXT TakeOver Toronto. Thanks for watching. And we'll be back tomorrow with the fallout from NXT TakeOver Toronto. Thanks for watching, everyone.